Part 2 is up, baby. We're back with another lot of Rogue Actions Part 2. A day late, better late than never. Ladies and gentlemen, with our boy, Cubs fan Hans Thumb. Everyone's a winner, straight up. If you're brand new to this channel, please smash that subscribe button. It really helps us grow this channel. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for all your support. It means the world to us. Because we had a great chat already about some pretty cool memes with Gungans. That was crazy. A lot of talk about the situation with a lot of people leaving or really thinking about seriously leaving, which is a crazy concept, and whether Lord Vader's coming this week, which we think it's going to be this week or next week. That's what we're hearing. That's what we believe. So it'll be sooner rather than later. I'm saving up energy at the moment, so bring it as quick as possible. Then I can actually get back to farming stuff I want to do. I'm not ready 100%. I've got about almost 6 to 7k energy, so I'm going to be able to unlock it. But I won't get the ultimate up.
So you got all the characters ready though?
I've got all the requirements. I had that about 3 weeks. Or when the last lot were released, I think the next day I had them ready. So I'm
so
all
jealous.
set, ready to go. I've been working through it.
I'm nowhere near it right now. I spent so much on Kenobi and the Executor. I was just like, I need to slow down.
I mean, this is your next focus character at the moment, though, Cubs?
Yeah, it's all I'm farming for right now. I'm taking it slow.
Fair enough. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. So let's get down to the topics we want to talk about today. And it is around the main thing that we had a bit of a chat about as well was Conquest. A very polarizing issue at the moment. It's tough. It's really tough to be positive, Cubs. It really is tough to be positive. Ooh, getting a up close look there.
I somehow hit a button I didn't mean to hit, so I apologize for the unnecessary zoom.
So let's talk about the feats, and they're the biggest issue that we seem to see out there with Conquest at the moment, Cubs. Feats are a real concern, and I think that a way that it could be easier to complete and achieve would be to have some type of journey guide style tab attached to the feat that actually tells us what characters, when it comes to things like evasion down and tenacity down, things like that we need to throw around the detonators, actually give us a tab that shows us which characters have those abilities in their kit. So it's a lot easier and quicker for us to find the characters, save us a bit of time, and get up and running to try and achieve these feats. Do you think something like that would actually be helpful or handy, Cubs, or are there any other ideas to help us be a bit more efficient when it comes to achieving these feats for people out there?
Yeah, I think this is great. Having something like that would be phenomenal for anyone who wants that information. Just so you know, there's a Swugga wiki that has all of that information. If you just type in the debuff and then type in Swugga wiki, then you'll see a tab for the debuff that comes up just through Google. And that site will show all the characters who can apply that. Just FYI, that's a way that you can get that right now. But having that in game would be phenomenal. I think the biggest thing that we need, though, even more than that, is some kind of tracker for the single battle feats on exactly where you're at on those feats, especially for those boss nodes. And the biggest one, we've talked about this before, is the turn meter removal feat.
Yes.
How the hell am I supposed to know how much turn meter I have been able to strip right now? And with how many feats they're adding and how grindy this is getting, the lack of tools to track where I'm at on those feats, especially, and I think the biggest, most important place is tracking them in the single battle feats on the boss nodes. We need to have some way to gauge exactly where I'm at on that feat for those that require X amount of critical hits or turn meter removal, etc. So I think that's the biggest thing we need with feats. Also, we need to just delete like half of them.
That'd be handy as well. But there's there's a guessing game going on. It's a guessing game, Cubs. When it comes to some of these feats. And we definitely need it a lot clearer so that we know how close or how far away we are, so we can make adjustments if we need to, because energy is at an all-time premium now, considering you also need it to move data disks and things like that. So the more information we get in game as we progress through to achieve those feats, I'm all for it. I think we definitely need that, so we don't have to go back and keep attempting, not knowing how close we are. It would make it a heck of a lot easier, as you said, especially around the turn meter. That's definitely something. But you did touch on the feats being a little bit over the top. We had a bit of a chat about that as well in the video previously. Which one's probably the most annoying feats that you'd say, you know what? No, I don't want that one. Like,
Yeah.
there are a few in there that you go, you know what? Please take that one out. If you had a magic wand, you could wave one away. What would it be?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to say one specific feat. I'm just going to say the feats that are specifically engineered to get you to do the battle multiple times.
Yep.
To me, like,
Yep.
so the best example I can give of this is the mini boss nodes where it's complete the battle with full light side, complete the battle with full dark side, complete the battle with an undersize. Those feats are there. Like, there's no way to do that in one battle. You have to go in 3 separate battles. And so all of the feats out there that are literally just designed for replayability, I think are really annoying because literally all it is doing is grinding me. That's it.
Yeah.
And not in a way that I've consented to be grinded.
Yeah. Yep. That's right. When it comes to grinding, our boy Cubs is very specific on how he allows grinding to be.
That's right.
So, but I'm just curious, how are you traveling so far with a lot of these feats? Like, how are you progressing at this point? When we record this, I think we're about day 5, aren't we? We're about day 5 at this point in time, if I'm right, roughly.
I'm far behind, man. I'm only in Sector 3 right now.
Yeah, yeah. So you've got a fair bit of work. I actually just finished Sector 5. I've just finally finished all the sectors.
Are you done with your feats,
5.
though?
No. Now I'm going back to do all the
Yeah.
feats. That's going to fill my next week, just doing that one, I think, to get all this done. But they made it pretty clear that they want to make it as difficult as possible for you to achieve this red crate.
Well, and it's
going
not the
forward
thing.
at
Here's
this
the
point.
thing, though, is it's not difficult. It's
No,
just
it's
grind.
not. Yeah, it's just time
You
sink.
know, and that's we already talked about this in my video, but I'm just gonna reiterate.
That's okay. That's
the
fine.
The stuff that bothers me, it's not strategy. It's just grind. That's it. And that's to me, that doesn't make it difficult. That doesn't make it harder. That doesn't make it more satisfying or challenging or whatever. It's just pure grind. That's it. And that to me is not fun. It's not making the game mode more engaging. It's making it more of a chore. And I think those are the things they need to take a serious hard look at and evaluate. Okay, what is making this challenging? What is making this grindy? And what is contributing to the integrity of the game modes, fun right now? And I think a lot of the feats right now are missing the mark on all 3 of those things.
Do you have the same concern as I do, where we may get a response that'll say the 3 letters WAI working as intended or not? Like, do you see, hey, this is how it is from now on, guys, get used to it? Or do you think there'll be room for movement? Do you expect to see some movement with some of these feats or not? Like, crystal ball it for me. What do you think?
I expect there to be movement, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
They have pitched this game mode to us as a malleable game mode that can change, that they want constant feedback on. And so to me, the feedback seems clear. This is too far. This is too grindy. There's too many ridiculous, pointless feats in this Conquest. And so I would expect, based on what they have told us before, that CG will look at that feedback and listen to it. I expect them to do that.
Yeah.
Because that's what they said they were going to do, right?
Well, I think it's been proven more than not lately, Cubs, that they are a lot more responsive to feedback and being more open and communicative. And I think that that's a great position to have, considering the situation of Conquest right now. I think it's great timing that they're definitely a lot more open and a lot more engaging to feedback and to making changes where they apply. And I think there's an overwhelming, as we discussed, an overwhelming majority of people that if they could speak to CG directly said, guys, no, we need to look at this.
Guys.
It's just a bit too much. guys, we love you. We love you guys, but probably a bit too far. I think that's probably the best sentiment from what we hear and see out there. And that's what's coming from the people's mouths. We speak to them in voice chats. We speak to them all over the place. A lot of communities are all engaging. There are community chats direct that talk about specifically this issue. Reddit posts as well. That's a whole different story. Won't go there though. But you get the point.
But some good, some ridiculous. But
it goes both ways. But you're going to get that. There's a bit of light side, dark side, positivity there, and negativity. It's the way it works. I think that they should, and I think you're right. I think they're quite responsive now, and they make sense. I think they'll definitely have a chat and try and make some changes, no doubt. I think they need to.
Yeah, they do need to.
Now let's talk about the next topic, Cubs. A lot of people live and breathe for GAC.
Yes.
We love it. It's definitely now, it's one of my most favorite game modes. I highly enjoy it.
Yeah.
We have a ball when we all get on the camera and we hang out and we talk rubbish and we have some wins and we have some losses. But when it gets to that 10-day break between GACs, sometimes 9 when they launch it sooner, let's never do that again. That would be great. But when we get to the 10-day break, a lot of people just do feel a little bit lost. It's filled now with Conquest, which is great. It's not always going to be like that, though. It's not always going to line up.
Right.
It didn't last time, for instance. So, Cubs, what do people do on the 10-day break? What should they be doing in between this time? While we wait for the next GAC to kick in.
Okay, so the question is what people should be doing, not what CG could do to give us something.
No, what people could be doing to fill the time. What should they be doing?
I was thinking about ideas of what CG. I'm like, come on, give us like a sandbox GAC. Let us fight against our own rosters during that time.
Well, let's do both. Let's do both. Let's talk both then. Let's do that as well.
So here's my hope. So CG, we know that they're working on this content creators GAC environment. Yes. I'd love to see them just add it into the game in a way where in the off weeks for GAC, the off week, you can just program a defense, whatever you want with your own roster and fight against it with your full roster. Something like that. Just for some testing ground, just to get used, especially for 3v3, brush up on some counters, some of that practice would just be really, really valuable. As far as what people should be doing within the confines of the game currently, I think a big part of it is going back and looking at your battle history. Where did you struggle, right?
Yeah.
What teams did you fail against? Okay, what counters did you use? What counters have other people been using for those? And how have they modded those teams? That's the kind of preparation I think a lot of people should be kind of looking at if they're specifically using that time to get ready for the next GAC.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, I think there'd be a heck of a lot of remodding going on as well, Cubs. They'd be making changes to their roster, of course, farming up some characters. We have Lord Vader very imminent as well. So a lot of people are going to probably farm too much gear. They're going to hang on to it just in preparation if they're at that point. But yeah, I think, mods in this game, as we know, are super, super important.
Right.
They really are. They can make or break you. I think we've all been caught in that position where we've been caught out on the mod front at some point.
You wouldn't know anything about that.
Guys, now it's time to farm some mods. I actually had a good day the other day. I actually hit 2 27s, a 21, and a 23. I had a really good few days there. So, guys, get your mods up and running. Speed's still king, don't forget. So, yeah, I'd be highly recommending that as well. Definitely. But let us know in the comments below what you guys are going to do. You're probably just going to sit on a beach somewhere maybe for a few days and take a bit of a breath. If that's what you're doing, let us know in the comments below. And we'd love to hear what you guys are thinking about doing on your 10-day break. Now, we have the viewer's choice question, Cubs. We have this every week. This is no different. We have a really cool question, which has a bit of a Marvel flavor to it, Cubs.
Ooh.
I think you're going to like this one.
I'm excited.
This is a pretty cool one. This is one from Voninator or Voninator. I apologize if I stuffed the name up, but thank you so much for the question. And this is a ripper. Now, Cubs, I'm expecting that you've probably been watching the Marvel series What If. Have you been watching What If?
Oh, yeah.
It is amazing. I'm loving it. It is absolutely brilliant. And I think there might be a Star Wars version of it down the track. That would be cool as well. And the question relates to that. If Star Wars decided to bring out their own What If series, what would you want to see more? Qui-Gon surviving the fight against Maul, or Luke falling down the Sarlacc pit instead of Boba Fett?
Definitely Qui-Gon surviving.
Yeah.
Like think about everything that might have changed with that. Like how Anakin's training would have been different. Like would Anakin have been trained by Qui-Gon instead? Or would Qui-Gon's opinion win out and he wouldn't have been trained? And how different would Anakin have turned out with Qui-Gon as a mentor versus Obi-Wan? Yeah, there's a lot of considerations there that would be really cool.
There is. Luke falling down the Sarlacc pit would have a fair bit of implication as well down the track, especially for the sequels, but that's a whole different story. Let's leave those alone because we could be here for hours talking about those. But I think they're two pretty cool concepts with both of those. I think that would be really, really great. Another one I thought of, and Ram's going to like this, Mace not falling out the window. That could be a pretty cool what if as well. So yeah, it'd be really interesting. But let us know your what if ideas as well
Or if
in the comments below.
Anakin just kills or Mace kills Palpatine right there.
Yeah, that's right. Or Anakin swings the other way and he stays good.
Yeah. That would have been boring though.
Yeah, maybe. But it'd be interesting to see how it came back around. Just saying.
Yeah.
Could be cool. Yeah. Anyway, comments below. Let us know what you guys think. I reckon it's a pretty cool concept. I'm loving what I see with Marvel. I'd love a Star Wars version of it. I think we all would. That would be great. So, yeah, hopefully down the track, they bring something like that out as well. We'll be back again next week. Thank you so much, Cubs. I hope you all had a great weekend. I really do. I know it's a Labor Day holiday in the US at the moment, so I hope everyone's safe and well. I hope you're all being good. I hope you're having a great time, and back to work this week. But hopefully we get Lord Vader in the next few days. That'd be pretty cool. The kit, yeah. Love you guys.
And everyone say goodbye to Belle, who joined Rogue Actions today.
Still got more hair than me. See you guys. Love you. Have fun. See you next week.
See you guys.